Hey gamers, welcome back to Uncharted 3. This is the first video on kind of cleaning up some of the trophies, getting the last sections out of the way. Before I do that, I wanted to show a couple of the treasures that I had missed, but we actually do get to, I'll show off one of the trophy farming spots here. So this was in chapter 19, I believe it was. This was after you start your first main firefight. That first section, you're going to have that bridge knockdown. And when you fight the enemy, and you saw after treasure 87, you go over there and there's number 88. But one of the things I also wanted to point out is that this is a great farming spot for the T-Bolt sniper. The way I handled this section was I basically tried to... I used up all my bullets, and then afterwards I just restarted the checkpoint. And then once you run out, once you run out of bullets, just go ahead and restart checkpoint, and then you can get those kills. So once I got the trophy for that, I went ahead and showed where I got treasure number 89. In the back left corner, you'll see treasure number 89. It is right next to the crack in the wall that you're supposed to go to get to the next section. And then you're going to go ahead and go through this small, very claustrophobic crack that if I were Nathan Drake, I would be like, nope, I'm good. I think I'll just stop and not do that. But he's a stronger and braver man than I am. Once you go through that section, you're supposed to jump down and go left, but before you do, you go back to this back corner and get treasure number 90. So that was the treasures I missed in that section. Then back in chapter 14 with the boat, as soon as you start the chapter, you're supposed to go left and pick up treasure number 70, and then you go straight ahead, and you guys will remember this section. And thankfully, in addition to picking up 3 treasures, there's also a potential farming spot for the Pack 80. I don't think it's the ideal farming spot. As I mentioned earlier in my video in Chapter 20, I think that sandstorm section where the visibility is low, I believe that section is the best to farm the Pack 80 because you get a lot of enemies to kill. And but anyway, there's treasure 71, and I think you get a lot of enemies to kill, and so I think that is a much better section. But I think it does take a while to get there. You're playing through the game for about 10 to 12 minutes to get there, and so if you don't want to go through that, this is a faster way to get the Pack 80 and farm some kills if you want to try that method. Now, part of the reason I say this is because I actually managed to get the trophy after picking up the Pack 80 and getting like 2 or 3 kills, so that tells you that most of the kills I got with the Pack 80 was on chapter 20, I believe it was. So again, I still do recommend that as the section, but I just show it off as another potential spot for you to be able to get the I thought the treasure was there, but it was actually on the ground. It was actually the one beneath it. So yeah, like I said, I still prefer chapter 20, but again, if you want a faster spot, if you think, hey, I'm only like 2 or 3 kills away, as I was, this is an easier and well, I wouldn't say easier, but this is a faster method to getting that gun and earning the trophy there. We're going to go ahead and skip this section a little bit and go to the part where you kill the enemy, and I'll actually just show off where treasure number 72 was. That was another treasure that I think I forgot to show. Do I skip ahead? No, actually I don't. So we'll just let this play out a little bit. It won't take too long. Thankfully, since we're on the easier difficulty, we'll be able to kill the enemies pretty quickly. So once you start fighting some of these enemies, we'll see, hopefully the boxes will start to come down. Yep, there we go. Some of the containers, so you see that big container that came down? Once you kill some of the enemies, you're going to jump in that container, and you're going to go to the end of that container, and that's where treasure number 72 is going to be. I don't get it here because I already got it, but I just wanted to show off where that was. So right up on that container is where you would go. And instead of fighting this guy, if you go inside into that little crevice, that's where you'll find treasure number 72. So I go ahead and I do the best I can to kind of finish this guy off. Even on the easy difficulty, he is quite a bullet sponge. I'm surprised it takes so many shots to kill him. Again, anything, if I was on the harder difficulties, I would have been dead by now. But somehow I managed. And I think my strategy was I picked up the sawed-off and I used that on him as well, which helped a little bit. But then, of course, the grenade launcher enemy shows up. Everything just makes it so much fun. But there we go. Finally take him down. Now, actually, I would recommend you pick up the Pack 80 right now. I don't do that. It kind of works out in the end anyway, but I recommend you grab the Pack 80 and just start mowing down enemies, because you'll have a couple enemies you can farm here. And if you kill... And usually my strategy for most of these weapon sections that I show you is you want to leave... you want to understand where the next section gets triggered, or when the next checkpoint gets triggered, because you want to stop just before that, so that you avoid having to kind of like replay all this over again. But you see, after I pick up the Pack 80, I think that guy is the person that triggered it. So it was, ironically, I was only like 1 or 2 kills short. But yep, I kill about 4 or 5 enemies here. If you leave that guy at the top, I think you can restart the checkpoint and still pick up the gun and use it. Then I go through ahead, and we're going to go ahead and skip forward to the next section and the next part that I go to. Alright, so this is chapter 16. And this is a pretty familiar section. There's actually 3 trophies you can farm here. Now, the stealth approach I took on this is not the one that I recommend, but it is the one that leads to me getting the Mag 5. And the Mag 5 is what I need for the 30 kills for the Mag 5, so I'm going to show that off right now. I'm actually going to go back and show you the better way to kind of stealth through this section. But once you kill those enemies, go ahead and open the gate. And then using the Mag 5, you're going to kill all the enemies except for one. So I usually kill this enemy right here. I try to kill all the enemies coming out the door. And then I go ahead and restart the checkpoint. And if you restart the checkpoint and do it correctly, you'll see that you still have the Mag 5. So that was a way for you to farm the Mag 5 kills. And you can do that pretty quickly. Once you've done that, you can do the second one. Now, actually, if you're going to farm both the Mag 5 and getting all 3 trophy kills, this is the approach I recommend. I actually recommend you take this guy out first, and you're going to want to get that grenade, and then you can still stealth this guy and kill him. And the reason I recommend it this way is you get the Mag 5 and you get the grenade, so you can farm for all 3 trophies and you don't have to restart the chapter. But basically what you're going to do after the Mag 5 section is you're going to hang on this part, and then you're going to drop a grenade down. And this way you can get the trophy for the Hangman grenade kills. So you can kill an enemy, restart the checkpoint, hop back in here, hang there, throw a grenade, and do that all over again. Once you've gotten that trophy, you go ahead and restart the checkpoint, and you're going to go to the very back of the section here. You're going to wait for one of the guys to pop out a little bit, and once the second guy pops out, I throw the grenade, and then you get the final trophy for the Dyno-Might, killing 4 enemies with 1 explosion. So I'll show you the trophies that I get here: the T-Bolt, the Pack, the Hangman grenade, and then the Mag 5 and the Dyno-Might. I'll see you guys in the next section. We'll finish up our final part of the trophy cleanup. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay beautiful.